Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm continuing the MCU rewatch with Captain America Civil War. Before we get into it, if you guys are new in here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification on so you don't miss any time I upload a video or go live. But without wasting more time, let's get into it now. There are going to be some major changes to this series of MCU rewatch here on the channel, just because I do not have time to sit down and edit all of these MCU rewatches. Now, these videos take almost 2 hours to edit, plus about a 2 to 3 hour movie. That's almost 5 hours total just spending on one video, and that's really not feasible, especially when I'm going to school now. Over summer it was fine because I had a lot of time, but now that school started, I really don't have time for that. So now they're basically just going to be reviews of the movies, and I'll be showing clips of me watching the movie as I'm reviewing it, so you guys obviously have proof that I did watch it, and I'm not just reviewing it for the sake of reviewing it. I actually did end up recording and vlogging the entire time I watched Captain America Civil War, but then I ended up just sitting on that footage. The footage that you're going to see in this video is from basically like a month or two ago, because I have not had time to edit this video. I've had time to edit and film other videos, but this one just is never a priority. And so now that they're just normal reviews, they're way easier to edit, so I can get them out way quicker. I've already seen Captain America Civil War. The next movie on the list is Doctor Strange. I just finished watching that, so that episode will probably come out very soon after this one, just because I'm not gonna have to vlog and edit it. I'm only gonna have to just review it. I also kind of like this because it lets me actually enjoy the movie a lot more instead of having to worry about vlogging it as I'm watching it and then talking about it while I'm watching it. So overall, I think it's a win-win situation for both of us. I did put a poll in my Discord and everyone said it's fine if I just do reviews. So if you're not already part of my Discord, make sure to join so you can vote on different content ideas. But now to actually get into my Civil War review, I did rewatch this one about a month ago and I still have some fresh thoughts on it. I'm so glad I wrote down notes on it before, like right after I finished watching it. But probably my favorite part about the movie is just Captain America. I mean, it's Captain America Civil War. A lot of people do complain, oh, it's not really a Captain America movie, it's like Avengers 2.5 before Infinity War. And yes, obviously sets up almost everything in Infinity War, but I think this is mainly a Captain America conflict. And before this movie, I definitely felt like it was more of a Avengers movie than it was a Captain America movie, but now I definitely disagree with that. I don't know why he even said that. All the other Avengers movies directly influence or are kind of like Iron Man's movies, you know? There's always something that Iron Man does that influences everything else. In this one, it's all Captain America. It's Captain America not wanting the Sokovia Accords, and it's Bucky, well, it's Captain America trying to protect Bucky from Tony Stark because Bucky killed Tony's parents. By the way, guys, I am Team Captain America. Leave a like on this video if you're Team Captain America. Also, if you're Team Tony, let me know why you're Team Tony in the comments down below, but also hit the like button on this video. But nevertheless, I really do love this movie. This is one of my favorite movies in the MCU. Some highlight characters that I really like in this movie are Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man in this movie. I don't necessarily like the MCU Spider-Man as a whole, but this one is a fun time. I cannot wait to rewatch Spider-Man Homecoming because I'm such a hater on the MCU Spider-Man, and I don't want to be. I actually want to love the character. I just really don't. So I'm excited to rewatch it. I really haven't seen it since like 2016, so I will admit to that. But nevertheless, the next character I really like is Zemo, and kind of Black Panther goes hand in hand with this because Black Panther's whole arc in this movie is basically surrounding Zemo. Zemo doesn't play as prominent of a role in this movie as I thought he did because obviously, you know, he's the main villain, all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, he's not really in the movie a crazy amount, at least from what I remember from my rewatch about a month ago. But nevertheless, I do think that Zemo is a great villain. He literally tore the Avengers apart without ever having to physically fight any of them because he would have lost a physical fight against them anyway. But I also love Black Panther's character in correlation to Zemo's character. I think in the beginning, the way he can do that is by killing the person who killed his father, but by the end of the movie, he realizes that that's not the answer. Like, death and fighting isn't the answer. And he literally gives the example to Zemo of like the Avengers. He tore the Avengers apart, but that's not the way to do things. And so Black Panther saves Zemo from killing himself. That's honestly one of my favorite parts of the movie. It's one of my favorite sequences in the entire movie. This movie has crazy action sequences, don't get me wrong. Like Tony versus Cap and Bucky, and then also the airport fight scene. All of those fights are absolutely awesome. But also at the same time, these smaller level action sequences are also great because they're very emotional. Now, another character that I do like in this movie is Hawkeye. I'm not the biggest Hawkeye fan in the MCU. I'm not a Hawkeye hater like a lot of people are, but I think Hawkeye is a pretty cool character. In this movie, he's probably probably my favorite out of any of the Avengers movies. I think he's actually really great in this one. I love his relationship with Scarlet Witch, and also like that whole scene inside the Avengers compound with Vision, Hawkeye, and Wanda. I think that whole sequence is pretty awesome. Also, I just love the conflicts in this movie overall. Now, like I said before, I'm Team Captain America, but I think there's a lot of different sides to this, because even with the Sokovia Accords, if you guys go back to the movie, when I was rewatching, I realized that Tony Stark doesn't want to sign the Sokovia Accords. Tony Stark just wants to sign them now so that they don't have to sign it later and they're not forced to do it later. Tony Stark still doesn't want to do it. He just feels like he has to, because eventually they're going to end up doing it anyway. Captain America won't really push into that, and that's honestly what I really like about this movie, because Captain America is originally in the first movie, he's a mold made by the government in order to kill bad guys and kill villains. But in this one, he steps away from the government. Obviously, that's very prominent in Captain America, the Winter Soldier. He doesn't want SHIELD to be doing all these surveillance things, all of these like basically invading the citizens' privacy. He steps away from helping the government figure, which is SHIELD. But then in this movie, he does the same exact thing. He's not going to be a mold for the government. That's kind of one of my favorite things about Captain America in the entire MCU, is that he turns into some lab rat for the government, into basically being anti-government. In Infinity War, he literally says, whether you guys approve us or not, if we have to go out as basically illegal people, we'll go out and fight. Even if we're still legal and you can arrest us, we'll still do it. That's also why I'm kind of Team Captain America on the arc side of things. But yeah, Sokovia Accords, I think everyone was Team Cap, even Tony Stark, but Tony Stark felt like he had to do it. But when it comes to Bucky killing Tony Stark's mom, or Tony Stark's parents, I honestly do think that Tony Stark is right here, but at the same time, it wasn't Bucky. The thing is, if I was Tony Stark, I would 100% fight that fight. Don't get me wrong, I would 100% fight that fight, but looking at it from an outside perspective, Bucky didn't do anything wrong. Bucky was brainwashed. Also, at the final battle against Captain America and Tony Stark, Captain America is not trying to kill Tony. He's just trying to disable the armor. If you guys didn't know, people are saying, oh, Captain America, like, what's his name? Steve Rogers' Captain America is just like John Walker's Captain America because he tried to kill him. He just tried to power down his suit. So I don't know why a lot of people are saying that. But nevertheless, I really do love this movie. I don't have much other thoughts. I will say the battles do play out pretty well. And the way that they balance out all of the heroes in the airport battle, that's one of my favorite battles in the entire MCU, and for a good reason. It's not against some big threat, but the way that they balance out these heroes, I thought it was a good way, a good, I guess, introduction for the screenwriters and writers of the movie for when we get to Infinity War and Endgame, where we have all of these crazy level heroes coming together. This one did that, but on a smaller scale, so I thought it was a good test, and they did a really good job. And obviously, we can see that in Infinity War and Endgame when they split up the screen time and all that stuff really, really well. Overall, I do love Captain America Civil War. It's one of my favorite movies in the entire MCU. And yeah, that's basically it for this rewatch review. I think I'm going to retitle this rewatch review from now on because I kind of like that. It has a good ring to it. But expect the Doctor Strange episode to come out pretty soon because I already finished watching it. But again, that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think of Captain America Civil War in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.